Evening, everyone. Week 20 of Show Me Your Medals. And, God, he can't stop it, can he? Look at him grinning.
Started already. Any fun facts
we
on
just
the number
started the
20?
show. Okay, let's give him these 5 minutes. Go on, Will. Take it away.
What? Oh, sorry, so it's my turn.
Something in your eye, Will. No, naturally.
You've been waiting for this. Go on.
Bros, I'll be honest with you. I wasn't expecting that to happen. You know, I on last pod I was like, I'm really scared because we might leak the goals with Kivior in. To be fair, Kivior did well. There was one or two instances where I was just sort of, fuck's sake, the missed passes, and then was it Real not taking their chances, or was it us recovering well from it? That could be 50-50 on that.
I think,
but
definitely Real didn't take chances, but then you can't legislate for the for Declan Beckham. In your team.
Bend it like Deckers.
Those free kicks.
Couldn't believe it.
Well, those free kicks are crazy.
Couldn't believe it.
Very quickly, those free kicks for me, right? But I said to a friend, they're actually individually the best free kicks I've seen ever. But they're like, nah, that's a bit of a reaction. But I was like, not really, you know. They were almost like they're pitch perfect.
That second one, that top corner.
You know the phrase top bins. You can't get any more top bins than that. That is what top bins was made for. So, do you think, for me to say, if I say like both of them individually were one of, I don't know, top 3 free kicks I've seen, am I overreacting? Because I don't think I am.
No, I don't think so. And then it's very hard to pick between the two as well. The first one and the second one, very hard to pick between the two.
No. And get this, and you add them together in the same match. Come on, man, you're not
13 minutes apart.
It's got to be the best 2 goals I've seen in my life. And then free kick. There's always something beautiful about free kicks, right? So to add that, oh man, it was you can't. Like the first, you're right. It's hard to even pick which one.
It's a big game as well. Like the nerves going through him must have been crazy.
Always add a bit of context, and class, man. Like, where did they come from? Does he score free kicks?
Never. He's never scored a free kick in his life in his professional senior career. Never scored one.
That is crazy. When I said that, I was thinking, have I been missing something? Like, has this guy been scoring these free kicks or something like that?
He hasn't. But if you watch his corner kick takes, they're extremely good. They're like pinpoint, and that's why we've been scoring these goals over the past couple of seasons because of the corner kicks that he takes.
And not something that you would know, but why was he taking them? Like the original free kick takers are on the pitch, right? Odegaard was on there. Saka was on there. I don't think. It was a little bit further out.
The first one, was further out. So he thought, "I'll have a go." And
so this is the story. I know Jokic. He was doing this, but what he was saying is, loop it in the corner, loop it in the corner as a pass corner. Not pass corner.
Cross.
Yeah, sorry. And then and Declan was saying, "Oh, I don't think this is the right option." So, and then apparently Bukayo Saka was like, "If you feel it, go for it." Then he felt it. I guess he felt it. But that free kick, how it went, must have been like 3-4 foot outside the post.
The first one,
coming back in.
One. Yeah.
Very like Roberto Carlos.
That's what I was liking it to. I was liking it. Roberto Carlos, he had the speed and it was longer, so then you can't really ever top that one. But the way Declan because the wall was there and it literally went midpoint, just around the wall, and then Courtois can't do anything. That's why it's so good. Like literally, sometimes you blame the keeper, his position's being better, or they're unsavable.
He was. For me, probably man of the match if it wasn't for Declan Rice's 2.
He made
both those free kicks. Like the second one, he couldn't even get close.
He's top bins. Like
it's just the pace of the ball as well when it went in. I was shocked how powerful the shot was.
No one's saving that. And the funny thing is, Roberto Carlos was in the stadium. Did you see that?
Yeah, they handed over to him. Yeah.
Maybe that was it, man. Maybe that's what it was written in the stars, and he felt it. He got that inspiration.
And I know Declan got all the plaudits, and so he should. But the third goal was a banger as well. Like Marino's movement, he went towards goal and then he went back out away from the goal, and he was still moving backwards from that point when Lewis Skelly passed him the ball, and then bang.
He just
like you
finessed
can't,
it, man.
you can't write those finishes how good they were, and I feel like it was overshadowed because I thought that was a brilliant finish, first time shot as well, moving off balance. So he must have had incredible technique to actually guide the ball into like literally the side of the net, really.
But like you said, Declan will get all the applauded.
Declan would, because they're the pressure ones. They're the pressure goals.
Yeah, truly.
You had to score. You had to kind of score to be able for us to get on the front foot for that. I didn't think Real Madrid was bad though. I didn't think they were bad.
Their first half was alright. They had chances first half. It was quickly with that game. Actually, you know, we've been dissing football is boring as shit. That game brought it back like what football should be, man. That was a good match, good goals, and the first half it was back and forth. You know, Vinicius had a few. It was quite counter. You know, they were counter doing each other. Like the first 15 minutes was one attack there, and then Mbappe had a chance. Vinicius was shooting a lot. Mbappe had that one chance that was offside, but that was actually, if he stayed on side, that was actually a very good chance. One where
he had that one-on-one as well when he blasted past. Who was that defender? Was it Partey or someone?
I don't know. It might have been Kivior. I don't know.
I think that's when you messaged me and said, "Man, this Mbappe is too fast." But
I was scared. I was shocked. I was just when I saw him just all of a sudden outside, like past the defensive line. I was just thinking, the guy. I just watched the guy. The guy was just there, just then. So I was so shocked. But he's dangerous. So going to the
he's always going to be dangerous. But yeah, hats off to Arsenal.
Yeah, I thought that was a brilliant game, even for the neutral. It was a massive game. I felt, and what a game! I reckon it's probably one of the best games we've ever had in the Champions League. But minus the Barca one, when Arshavin scored, was it a hat-trick or whatever?
What you mean the best game Arsenal?
Arsenal. He meant Arsenal. I know Dave was smiling again. Just the guys chatting like Will. They thought you meant best Champions League game
No. There's many more. I mean, the United game and Bayern and the Munich game was the one I would say is up there in the rankings. But for Arsenal, that is one of our best Champions League performances probably ever. Just watching that, it was intense. We made a few mistakes, but we brought it back. And I think also the reason why we got those free kicks was because of Bukayo Saka.
Yeah.
I think everyone is giving plaudits to Declan, rightly so, but Saka created both of those chances by driving. I think if it was Ethan or Trossard or even Martinelli, I don't think we would have gotten those chances there. So I think we got to give plaudits to Saka on that front. But he came off.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So what
he
now?
Came off maybe injured. There's no real update on that, but yeah, hopefully he's fine so that we can go to.
According to even Timber came off injured as well. I don't know if these injuries, but there was a few flags on.
Timber as well, important player. The only consolation is we have Ben White who can cover in that position.
If more than anything, you got a bit of a lead. So,
what do you think? It's not over, is it? Like I know
it's not over. I in my heart, if we scored those other chances, to be fair, it could have been more. It could have been more that game. If we're honest about it, it could have been more. But when it's 3 and you're going to the Bernabeu, there's such a huge chance for Madrid to get something.
Yeah.
There's always a huge chance. They always pull it out of the bag somehow.
Basically,
somehow.
It's not beyond the realms where they go halftime 2-0 up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's a fair Real Madrid result. 2-0 up halftime, and then panic stations. You know what I mean? And then
if we can keep it 0-0 by half time, but that's still saying that we scored 3 in the second half. We turned it on in the second half. We scored 3. It's hard.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. You fancy Madrid, but then
I think that defensively, Arsenal, provided everyone on the day is fit, we probably can. We're organised. We were very organised. I didn't see anything from Madrid that was like, wow,
sheet, man, against Madrid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was a plan there. I didn't see a plan from Madrid. Whereas we were trying to get it wide to our wide players to stretch it out and bring on our midfielders into the fray. And I think some of the pundits were saying that with 4 at the back for Madrid, it's very unstable. So I'm wondering whether they will do that again. The next,
they got to go for it. So,
they have to. Yeah, they have to.
That's what I mean. So I wouldn't expect.
But I think that plays more into Arsenal's hand because our weakness is 2 rows of 4s. That's our weakness when we play against teams. We don't seem to have that magic to break down the 2 banks of 4s. But if you're talking about attacking football, we have more of a chance to counter them from that position because defensively we're very organised, and that's been. I don't think we've had more than 2 goals scored against us for a while. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm actually a flip-flopper. Like I know with pre-game I wanted Arsenal to get smashed, right? But now I'm actually willing Arsenal to get through. And I tell you why. Because if Real Madrid now overturns this, right? The 2 Declan goes free kick it goes to waste. Yeah, and they're so good that it deserves to take that team to the next round. Do you know what I mean? Because now if Real Madrid go through, the free kicks is for nothing. But honestly, those pair of free kicks were such of that standard, right? You know, bring on PSG. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I wish you get smashed by PSG. You know what I mean?
PSG is more dangerous than Real Madrid at this point in time.
Yeah.
From the way that I see it.
I agree.
But we've beaten PSG though. I think we've beaten PSG
before they're sorting themselves out.
So yeah, but it was you know, you didn't think that either. Remember, like we were saying, PSG.
Yeah. So
I'm at a stage where I'm worried that Arsenal might do this.
No.
But on the other side, in the final, let's say we get there, we still got to get past Barcelona as well.
Yeah, likely Barcelona.
Who haven't been amazing either.
No, but they have been in the Champions League though.
In the Champions League, they've been all right, but they like consistency for them isn't the greatest as well.
But look, imagine a Barcelona-Arsenal final once again. Come on, that'd be a
rematch
as well. Yeah,
rematch.
Yeah, and then one of your big players gets sent off for kicking the ball away.
Camavinga's not able to play next game from his team. That was silly, man. There were 84 minutes on or something like that, or even there was like 2 minutes left of the match, and then he booted the ball away. It was stupid.
They're frustrated, but like I like to say I would like Arsenal to go through, but I don't want to lie on this channel.
You want that?
Like I said, you know what? It's not often. I want no English teams to win anything. If Liverpool can't win it, no one else is winning it.
So bitter.
Honestly, and it hurts me to say, I'm happy for Real Madrid to win it again.
Yeah.
Nah, come on.
I'm not happy with Real Madrid, but I'd like Barca to win it or something.
I'll like Arsenal. I won't want Arsenal to win it. I'm just for this round only. I'm team Arsenal.
I know.
For the rest of it, nah. Like my worst nightmare would be Arsenal winning the Champions League. You know what I mean?
I know. We can't have all gloating for like a whole year.
Well, that's all I've got to hang on to these days.
I'm hanging on to nothing. I just know Harry Kane's in danger.
Harry Kane's in danger once again. Yeah, because they've lost at home, didn't they? 2-1 at home. It beat the Harry Kane curse, but
I know. Don't know.
Have they? Where are they in the?
The 9 points ahead.
Yeah. They've
Okay, so he's won
his
something.
curse
then.
is
He's got
semi
broken.
first medal at 31.
Yeah, well, it's all good.
Ridiculous.
Well, as the show is, at least he gets one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Finally.
Right.
He wasn't going to win anything with Tottenham. Let's be real with that.
100%.
No, our Spurs got a good result. Let's go. Speaking of Europa League, Spurs got a good result today, 1-1. I mean, not great, but they're still in it.
Oh, come on, man.
Eintracht Frankfurt got are really strong at home, even though they lost their best player, Marouche, and that other guy's stepped up, so doing well.
And the United 2-2 again. That's overall that's a decent result. Could have been way better if it weren't for something. But 2-2, and then we got a home game.
That's karma, man.
Mate,
that's
karma. How can you do 2 mistakes in one game?
Yeah. The first one is a mistake, but it's not like it happens to keepers, right? That can happen. You're anticipating the touch. You get me? It came in quite quickly. The two players did go for it, so you're expecting something. That's fair enough. The second one, come on, 94th minute, right? A 2-1 win turns into that. Shot straight at you. Do something, man. And the thing is,
over the bar.
He actually caught a few similar ones. Well, this one was on the floor. He actually caught a few point-blank shots, and then comfortably. And this one, and especially after what we was chatting about in the group, the Matic comment, what are you gonna do now? That's just shameful. It's just all the time.
That's what I mean. He's proved him right.
Yeah. And Matic should come out and say something more. I don't know, man. Oh, yeah, it's hilarious.
It'd be like, this is what I had to put up with last season.
Yeah.
But I agree. On the face of it, actually, that is not a bad result.
A draw. Taking a draw was fine. It's just the fact that seeing the game what it could have been now. The 2-1 comeback, right? And then it weren't for that. It's not over, but because the next match is at home, but Old Trafford ain't even. Our home record's not even been great, so it's not even. Is it even an advantage? You know what I mean? So the tie is still proper wide open, but it's still on the cards. Still on the cards. Europa League.
Yeah.
What about Liverpool?
I was gonna say, I felt like Liverpool didn't have a game, but it's been so long ago because this week's been so on the Champions League and Europa League. But our game's been a while ago, isn't it?
Yeah, just on that quickly on Champions League, I think it's confirmed. Premier League have extra place.
Yeah.
Top 5.
Have you seen that top 5 potting up? Actually,
Newcastle. Who else? Chelsea.
Newcastle is got a game in hand, and currently occupiers is Chelsea, but they could drop. They could easily drop out. So it's actually. Yeah, we thought everything was sewn up, but not quite.
It makes it really tasty, Top 5 now, not guaranteed.
Actually, no, Chelsea's fourth. But City is only 1 point behind them.
Oh, okay. City, Newcastle.
Yeah, Newcastle.
But Newcastle game in hand.
Newcastle actually has the game in hand.
Well, Newcastle going to gun for it. They've got Carabao Cup winning mentality now.
Yeah.
Dave, do you know what was the confirmation of the 5th one? I know it's something about Man United beating Real Madrid. I mean, Real Sociedad that allowed it. But what was?
No, it was Arsenal.
It's Arsenal, yeah.
It was Arsenal.
What's Arsenal done?
Coefficient, yeah, beat Real Madrid.
Oh no,
it's the coefficient, no.
Before
no, you beat. Who did you beat? That was different. No, Arsenal going through, and Aston Villa going through.
Going through what?
Next round.
Are you sure?
Quarterfinals.
Yeah, quarterfinals. Yeah.
All right, combination of everyone.
English coefficient, yeah.
But at that, even before Liverpool got knocked out, we were top of that rankings. But it was cemented when Villa and Arsenal got through. I guess United helped a bit.
That's really helped. I mean, if City gets it, which I think they will get a 5th, I actually think Chelsea would drop out. Forest would maintain their spot, and Newcastle. So if City makes it, they're laughing, man. Because can you envision what it would be like with City in the Europa League? You get what I mean? They're banking on that Champions League money, right?
I know. Everyone's banking on that money. But...
You say that, but obviously, to some of our teams, we're used to not being in it now. You know what I mean? Whereas City is you proper needs to be in there.
That'd be devastation because obviously the money they ploughed in, the fucking shit they always talk about, That'd be hard for Pep, in the Europa League.
Yeah.
Which still might happen.
That's what I mean. It's still good. It's still good. But opening the extra spot is just a proper lifesaver for them.
He saved them. He saved them. But that's. But it can even be more if Villa win the Champions League. Let's say
what they're not going to go to 6. What do you mean more? They're not going to bring.
No. They're going to go to 6, but Villa. It means we'll have 6 teams in Champions League.
Oh, okay. I hear what you mean. Right. Yeah.
And if you
Man United
or Spurs win the Europa, that means we'll have 7.
That would be stupid.
Seven.
No. Actually, I don't really think what you're saying is right. If that happens and Man United wins it, or no, Man United wins and Aston Villa wins or whatever, they will take that 5th spot.
No, they said it.
What? So potentially you could have 7.
Yeah. I think it's true. I heard it from the pundits as well.
Okay. They said it.
If one of the English teams wins the Europa, they get a slot. Automatic slot, right? So that's an additional slot. So it goes down in terms of because United get it. No, depending on league position.
The top 5 get it regardless. But if Villa finish out the top 5 and win it, they get in as well.
6, and you may not will be 7th. But okay, we're talking about like silly stuff now. Remember, one Aston Villa's got to win it, but that would be stupid because imagine 7 teams. That's like what? Well, a third of your league in the Champions League.
No, they changed the rules because remember one season we won it, but we finished outside the top 4.
Yes, and they didn't know what to do, right?
Yeah, they didn't know.
That was the one where they had to decide, implement a new rule.
Yeah, so basically we had to start from round 1 of qualifying for the Championship. Actually, went to the game. Yeah, we started in July. Ridiculous, but they changed the rules because of that. Yeah, but
surely you automatically through to the thing if you to the group stage when you win it.
But in a likelihood, we can get 7 teams, which would be very good for the Premiership. But
says the guy who doesn't want any of the English teams to win it if it's not Liverpool anyway. Yeah, okay. This guy. Anyway. Yeah, that was about it on footy. I think. I mean, the rest of the Premier League was.
It doesn't really matter. I know we got banged up by Fulham, and I didn't watch the game, but.
It's the start, mate. It's the start of a tumbling.
It's start of bullshit because you drew.
True.
Like you said, we've got so many games.
Mate, it's another fucking referee decision again. Tell me that's a penalty by Lewis Skelly again. I'm going to back
you up on that. It was not a pen. I'm telling you, not in a million years.
This is what I'm saying, man. Like all these, we could have been closer.
I wouldn't call that a conspiracy, though.
No, I'm not. Do you know what? I don't want to say but it's fishy though, isn't it? These decisions.
Don't know about that.
It's either that or our refs in the Prem are shit. Like we need to.
I think over the last couple of weeks I've seen some shocking decisions.
So the Everton again with the red missed red card on what's his name? McAllister. But how do you miss that? You can't miss that.
It's poor Tierney. He's got it in for
something innately wrong with.
And then what happened in the other game with Spurs, wasn't it? When they'd spent 10 minutes looking at VAR.
Oh yeah, it's the Spurs one. That's the one that Ange come out and said. It was
your mate, Ange.
Have you watched the one? Because it was a really weird one. He was criticising VAR, which fairly because he was saying it was too long. But ultimately, he knew that the right decision was made. So they did take ages, but it was the right decision, right? But he was just saying if that's what the game is now, is ruining the game. But if we rewind a little while back, he did another interview saying we need to respect VAR. It is what it is. I will respect the authorities. I don't know if I need to find the two contrasting interviews, but
you change a tune when you're under pressure.
Yeah. It was because at that time when he's like, no, you just need to respect it. He was talking about when the team he was playing was complaining. He's like, no, I've grown up just expecting authorities, that kind of thing. But this one, he was saying it took ages, which is fair enough. But he did admit that it was the right result. But he's just saying, look, it shouldn't take this long. It should be if you're taking 5 minutes, 6 minutes to work out that it's clear and obvious. It's not clear and obvious. Let it play on. But ultimately, it was the right decision. So he's a bit of a catch-22. He's kind of not got too much to stand on.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, so
Nah,
yeah, we got,
told you from the start, man. This guy.
He end of the season, he's definitely has to be gone. I think, unless he wins the cup. Unless he wins the cup.
He's not winning the Europa, so he's
can
gone.
happen. Can happen. Never know.
He's gone.
But he's
But
got as much chance as Arsenal winning it as you know.
but yeah, there's not. Yeah, like you said, the Prem's a bit boring now because nothing's like. Yeah, wherever United finish, whether they finish 13th, 12th, 11th, makes no difference.
Right. But look, the Champions League is spicy at least.
Yeah, yeah, it is spicy. Next week, we need to, games are next week as well. So
is it a quick turnaround?
Next week, Wednesday. It's the Arsenal Real game. Don't know what channel it's on actually. It was good on Prime.
It's on BT Sport.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Prime, the TNT.
Prime. Yeah, TNT. Prime only has the Tuesday games.
It was good on Prime because everyone gets to see, us battering Real.
No, because it's good because everyone's got Prime, right? Majority of people got Prime.
Everyone has more access to Prime than.
It's like what you said. You only start watching WWE because you got Netflix. You wouldn't watch it normally.
Actually, WrestleMania's on next week. That's a Northern Vinny's there in Vegas.
Yeah.
So we'll get to watch that on Netflix.
See if we can spot them.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Enough of footy. What's next?
Predictions.
Did we? I've got some of them right. Did we do them, Will?
I think I got one right.
No, we didn't. We skipped it.
No, we did because it was Man United versus City, and I gave Man United.
You did. You did.
And then I started not being about, and it ended up being a draw.
Someone said 0-0 because I wanted 0-0.
No, I said 0-0 for the Everton game.
Oh shit!
I got the wrong one. I said 0-0 for the Everton game, which is correct. Draw at least.
No, I don't think I wrote anything.
Oh, you need to start doing these, man.
I wrote everything else, but I don't think we did it. I started doing table, and I think it's because international.
No, because
then we didn't do it.
Manchester
Derby. We spoke about Man United versus City, and I was like, look, Man United normally do well against City.
Did we?
And then I definitely predicted, I think 0-0 Arsenal versus Everton, and then the Fulham game.
We gotta watch it then. I didn't write them down for some reason.
Anyway, never mind.
I usually do.
As fantasy football, is that boring, or did anyone make any moves?
I'm doing predictions this week. Go
on then.
There's some juicy games, isn't there?
Let's do predictions this week.
Let me write them down.
You sure you're gonna write them down, Will?
Yeah, I'm writing them down now.
Right, let's timestamp it. 27 minutes 38.
All right, coming in.
Who's first up? It is Arsenal home to Brentford.
I reckon we're going to rest players.
100%.
But we'll probably get the old 1-0 to the Arsenal. Well, are we at home? We are at home as well. Yeah, 1-0 to the Arsenal.
I think with some rested players, mind on the only Champions League game, 2-1 Brentford.
Oh, shit, I was going to go 2-1 actually. 2-1
Brentford.
With that same logic.
Go 1-0 Brentford then.
No, 3-1 Brentford.
Someone said, has Arsenal lost at home this season, Will? You're not sure? But their home record meant to be proper sick. So
yeah,
for them to lose 3-1 would be quite something.
But I think the rule rest a lot.
I feel like the energy coming from the Real Madrid game will seep into... Because apparently the stadium was bouncing.
Mate, put some money on Declan Rice score free kick outside the box or something like that.
That's if he plays. That's if he's not rested.
Free kicks, all of them. That's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he has to take them on from now on.
It's so annoying when you get a shit free kick. Like Ronaldo towards the end of his career, he was shit at free kick, but he never wanted to let them go. So you always wonder, like, these must be certain players, who's sick at free kick and never get to take them. You know what I mean?
It's like Roberto Carlos, right? You think he scored a lot from free kicks?
No, he didn't. Beyond that, after he scored that one free kick, kept taking them. It weren't even that great.
I know.
Going way back, do you know who's meant to be proper good at free kicks? Dennis Irwin. He was meant to be proper sick at dead balls.
He was sick at penalties.
Yeah, we were sick at penalties, but he never got to take the free kicks. Obviously, Beckham was around. Do you know what I mean? So Beckham, obviously,
Beckham was the guy,
Dennis Irwin was second, and he was meant to be proper sick at free kick, but he never got it. But anyway, back to predictions. Where are we on? Liverpool, West Ham.
Yeah, still a dead rubber game. We probably learnt a lot from Fulham.
Probably lose it.
Yeah, I think West Ham is shit anyway. I think 2-0. 2-0.
Yeah.
Will?
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Dave. Learnt a lesson. Any potential threats on West Ham? No, I wouldn't put any West Ham players in my team.
Owen's doing all right again.
Who's the manager? Potter.
Potter, yeah.
Yeah, still not doing that well.
I go 1-1.
I fancy the 1-1. Okay, so in that case, 1-0 Liverpool.
And then you
Ben.
got
Newcastle.
Newcastle United. Big game for Newcastle.
It's a big game, isn't it?
Would
Newcastle
he
needs it.
rest?
And United are away, by the way.
Yeah.
Would he rest players?
I don't think we rest players, but the first team is shit anyway. You know, rest Onana. We might get a chance. I think combination of everything. I fancy a 2-1 Newcastle.
Oh,
Now,
I
man.
need to edit that now.
Last couple of weeks, last couple of weeks, he's been going against United.
And they've been winning. What did you say? 2-1?
2-1 Newcastle, yeah.
Go on, Dave.
I think you're going to get tonked. One eye on the Euro.
Isak, mate. Isak.
I think 4-0. I think 4-0.
I'll go 2-0. Let Isak get some juicy points.
Nice.
I've written them down this turn. I've written on here new segment knobhead of the week.
Yeah,
yeah, Dave won knobhead of the week. Very quickly, knobhead of the week will be Onana. That's fun for me. Fucking hell.
Easy.
He's one for me. Trump is knobhead of the week.
Is he going back on that tariff stuff?
He's paused it. He said he's paused it for X amount of days for everyone except for China.
Paused it for
That's the latest headline I read.
I've heard there was a lot of difficulties to get everyone on board with that. I don't know if this is going to come in fruition.
Thing ever, and it's not even about fucking tariffs. You know, he's misled the whole world, thinking that, for example, China charges 67% tariffs to the US, so that's just a trade deficit gap as a percentage. So it's nothing to do with tariffs. But anyway, I don't want to get started because this isn't the channel. I'll start up a new one. I'll start up a new one if I want to rant about Trump. But anyways, fantasy. Let's talk about
fantasy. Any movers and shakers?
Yeah.
Or
I think I moved down.
Yeah, I had a good week.
Oh shit! I moved down to 14th.
I had a good week.
Dave up.
No.
Ting's. Yeah, but Ting did you 11 points there.
You know what it is? Fulham saved her.
Shit, it looks over for me, to be honest, you know? It looks over. Ting is 70 points ahead of me. How did that happen, man?
She's done something, man.
No,
she's
it's
done
because she
something.
had Marcus Silva as a assistant.
Gotta give her, actually, to be honest, we always give her kudos every week, but the fact that she was like second bottom and whatnot, started a week late as well. Remember, guys, right? And gonna might make this top table. I mean, top half. You know, GG, man, done well.
I know it's still a bit of a scrap. Like I've overtaken Will, just barely.
just.
Us three are like together again, but now big.
But this is the next few weeks is where it's really going to change.
Double game weeks and everything and all
double
that.
Double game week and there's a blank game week.
Chips and whatnot. Okay.
So
I don't have no chips left, man.
I've still got all mine. So this is. I don't know what Ting's going to do. I don't know what Ting's got left, but
trouble.
But yeah, I think. Yeah, this is going to probably sort it out for the rest remainder of the season.
Hmm.
And then, who's organising lobster dinner this year then, Dave? Christine, innit? We got Christine to do it.
Just Christine, right?
Just Christine, yeah. Just Christine. Yeah.
What? Ian's retired.
Yeah.
He is fully retired, yeah.
It's so funny because she said to Phil all those years ago, "Watch, I'm gonna win it."
But did you see that article I sent you about? And I said, "Ting, the person that's first is like a woman, a Susan, whatever, Majiggy." Yeah. So
no, but honestly, without being so completely sexist, Ting's done really well. Like exceeded every expectation.
Thinking about it, like she's been out of the game for that amount of things, so she don't know the players, right? So it's harder to kind of like judge it by that. And then, like I said, her positioning was poor. Like we're laughing at her; she's a laughing stock. You know what I mean? And then some of her captain choices, when we look at it on paper, you're like, "What the f?" But sometimes they pay off in it, and then she's might make it second top half. So yeah, good.
Good.
Must be some kind of spreadsheet she's using, isn't it?
Must be, man.
Fair play.
Right, so, any tips? I know it's double game week.
Don't take it from me, but double game week. So who was I on?
I got Isak all day.
I got
long.
Isak too. Yeah, so Isak.
I got Isak as well.
I think he's going to be
the main one. Yeah, I don't think you can get any differentials from anywhere else.
It's hard because Palace have actually got two hard games in that double game week.
You say hard, but City is.
I put Glasner as my assistant manager. Hopefully, he gets a result.
Oh yeah, man, that's points galore if you get a win.
If he does,
top teams. Because even if you get a draw, you get 5 bonus points.
Yes, yeah.
That's a good point. We'll see, innit? We'll see. Do you? What do you think about this assistant manager, Chip? Well,
I don't like it. It's it goes away from what fantasy football is. Like we want to choose players to score the goals, not like some random. And the points, although it's you can gain too much. Do you know what I mean? Like I could have a good team. Not that I do have a good team. My team's shit. But a person could have a good team, and now, like you said, you might have a random that guy's now, and he does get a result, and you get like 20 points off him. That's like worth a hat trick. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't like it. It's not needed. It's not needed at all.
I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah, I don't think it adds. Because when if you bought a transfer in and he does well, that's like, wow, you've done well. You need to gloat about it. That's a good maverick touch. You get what I mean? Whereas this assistant manager Chip, it's just beyond. It's just there, added random points. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't add anything to the game. I think it doesn't add anything. Yeah,
starting to become a bit like New FM, isn't it?
So just adding too much shit. Yeah, exactly. Sitting around bored. Okay, guys, what should we do? And then
But for me, FM it died when they started doing that training bollocks.
No, the training and no press conference.
Press conference, yeah.
Press conference was the one where it was fun.
But yeah. What do you think a good another chip would be? So I don't. Yeah.
There was
because there have been some good. There've been efforts to try and do a good one, like all out attack, which wasn't that good.
Yeah, all attack was shit because defenders were doing well. Do you know what I mean? There's another one on another fantasy one, and this would be quite good. 1 week you play your chip, and then goals are worth more. Goals are worth like an extra 3 points. Like every goal your team scores. That might be a little bit. I think that's adds something. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's I don't know. It's hard.
Yeah, but interesting
to find the way it was. To be honest, I think it's find the way it was.
Yeah, but interesting to see if they keep it on. I don't know what the general consensus out there is. So
I don't like it.
Yeah,
didn't know what to do with it, to be honest.
And the fact it handicaps you for 3 weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
I wanted to bench boost this week, but I have got assistant manager, so it's like,
that's what I mean. That's what I mean. It's like, yeah.
Oh, well.
Do you think they'll keep it around for next season, though?
I don't know what general consensus. I think if there's a lot of pushback in the community, they probably wouldn't.
Yeah, because you remember, like, not quite the same, but do you remember the draft game we used to play?
Yeah,
the draft was fucking amazing. Like the draft itself was amazing.
The draft itself, yeah.
But they got rid of that because it didn't kick off in it, so they've got rid of that.
But I don't think they're shy to get rid of it, and I think
exactly. It's easy. It's just coding, isn't it? But honestly, going quickly, the draft when we used to do it properly, and the draft around That was fucking amazing, man.
No,
'Cause you get like that one minute.
I
What was
love
your
doing the
turn?
draft.
And then and you had your eye on someone, and then you're like, oh, he's still there, still there. And the person above you takes them. You're like, oh, yeah.
You was here. Oh, that was gonna be my pick.
Yeah. The only thing with that draft just didn't work because once the season kicked off, no one made transfer, no one made trades because it didn't make sense except for the legendary Aguero to India, whatever, you know.
That was that's because there's a lot of people playing. If you had like, let's say 5 people playing,
yeah,
then it would make more sense for the
but
transfers
still,
to
no,
happen.
it just was it. Even if it was because you want a lot of people playing, we wanted more people playing. If it's just like three of us, let's say we played it, it's just not the same. You know what I mean? You want, you know, more.
It was worth it just to do the draft.
Yeah,
It
it was funny.
Yeah.
Where we've done the draft? I know we did it one time.
We did, is it in the casino?
We did
We done it one time casino.
Yeah.
And a restaurant.
At the restaurant.
We did, remember, we did that at dinner of the girls, and the girls.
I know what. Yeah, the first year we did it at a restaurant during the meal, but we felt they alienated everyone that weren't in it. So then the following year we did a separate day out at a casino. That was it. Yeah.
That was fun. Though. Everyone brought out their laptops. That was so funny.
Yeah. Anyway, Will, did you have anything for us?
I had a couple questions. Let me find them.
Relationship ones, right?
Probably. Where'd it go?
Oh, going back to the old one quickly. I spent time. The one, can you choose love? I still think the people that say yes, you can choose who you love. For me, I've got to add this in. They're living in like what I used to think existed, like the fantasy love of, you know, you walk down the street and then you see someone and you fall in love, mad in love with each other. You can't help it. But I don't think that exists now. Now it's just like a decision type love. Anyway, that's that was for last week.
Okay, so my one here was: did your parents ever make you quit a hobby because they felt it wasn't a useful hobby for your future?
I'm laughing. I was like, yeah, I'm bored. Me and Dave's bored. We didn't have hobbies.
Oh my days!
We didn't have any hobbies.
I didn't have hobbies, but I think one thing my mum made me quit. I used to go to this like boys club.
What'd you do there?
We just like play snooker and then play football, indoor football. That was it. So I used to go for like a couple of hours. After school. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That wasn't really a hobby, but that's something she made me quit.
But why did she make you quit? Just because she didn't like you spending time there, or? Yeah.
But it wasn't bad. Like I wasn't like late teens, just like early teens.
Yeah.
And basically, it's just like a boys club. When I say boys club, it's not fucking one of those one where, you know,
Euro T-Bucks, yeah.
Yeah, so the ages range from like 9 to like 15 or whatever it is. It's like a social club. Yeah. But apart from that, yeah, I didn't have any hobbies.
Nah, my parents were too busy leaving me at home from 6 onwards to really monitor my hobbies or stop me doing anything. So
well, what did you like to do though? What were your hobbies then? I mean, maybe we should rephrase the question as what were
gaming.
Like you'd be surprised, like, I played football a lot when I was in primary school.
Like
this is weird as well. Like even from like I think
in goal, yeah.
Actually, no, I need to take the back. It was only about when I was a little bit older. Actually, maybe year when I was like 11, I started playing football. So not really during primary school, because I was just trying to think, like, because I remember staying out quite late in the cages near our ends, and the floodlights turn off, but you're still playing in the dark. You play till like 10 p.m. and you're still like 11, still quite young, man. and then you head home yourself, kind of thing, and
yeah,
you know, push back kind of thing. But yeah, that was it. Actually, I was younger. I played football.
Just football, not like, I mean, not like collecting 007 memorabilia or anything like that.
When you say collecting, I collected Peroni. Is it Panini?
Panini
Premier League football stickers, man. Those were the ones. Got, need, and all of that.
Yeah, those are the
Got need,
two words you need.
And then the most
need.
annoying thing is that I used to have a stack of those, doubles, innit? And I try to shark it off to people for a penny kind of thing. And then the one I finished one album, the black one, the Black Premier League album. I had a cover for it, but I think I can't ever find where I pull it, and it'd be so good to have it now. But I have seen it recently on Instagram. People also showing their completed collection. I was like,
Is it?
I had that? Yeah, I had that. And then I had 2 books. I had the 2 ones. One I completed, and one where I nearly completed. And then I was so into it that I used to look into it. And back then they were so popular. They used to have sticker fairs. So you can go to sticker fairs
to trade your stickers.
and trade that to the official company kind of thing. And then you need all those ones. Oh man, stickers. What was the days?
It's still not big now, but there's still
it shocks me.
Yeah.
It's still around. Yeah, I go to supermarkets and they're still around. I'm like, I can't imagine kids still doing it, or I don't know if they do or not. They must do. There must be a small niche.
The older players, the older kits were much better, man. Come on,
it's everything. It's nostalgic and
funny enough, my first sticker album wasn't football. It was WWF, not the wrestling.
Oh,
Hogan.
The animals.
The animal one.
Mm.
Oh, what? It just clicked to me when you said not wrestling. I was like, yeah, Hulk Hogan. And I was like, wait. He said not wrestling.
For these, Dave. It's not even free as well.
I know. But
what was the interest for you to?
I think it was just collecting, and obviously my mum got it for me because it's obviously animals, and that's my first sort of introduction to stickers. Obviously,
that's why you love pandas so much.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Dave, is this where your panda shin obsession started? You must have got a shiny silver one and be like, wow,
But that's where I started from, the obsession, and then after that, obviously, I really enjoyed it. But I do the thing I do remember. The reason why I remember so much because I completed it because at the back they were so kind. They gave you 40 stickers. They can give you 40 stickers of the ones you didn't have.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember. Yeah, I don't know if that in the Premier League.
The football one, there's a sheet. It's not for free though, but there's a sheet where you can fill in.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many but you send it off and you pay a certain amount. It's probably quite a lot. Like it was probably like 20p a sticker or 30p a sticker. So that's how they made their money. And I remember using that service, and that's how I managed to complete my album.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
If you don't do that, you get to the point where you're forever buying it, and you get 10 stickers, and you got all of them. You just wasted like £1.50 or whatnot.
Yeah.
The biggest thing for me, right, is what a big waste of money stickers are in terms of like now that we're a parent. Imagine every time you go to the supermarket, you need to spend £2 on this.
They weren't like that expensive back then.
You say that, but I think they must have been like. How much do you think they were? I reckon they were like 60p, 70p for a pack.
Yeah,
something like that.
60p, 70p back then.
Is it a lot back then?
I reckon it is. It has to. It is equivalent of like. I reckon it is like every time you go out, the parent has to pull out that and you buying shit kind of thing. It is a big waste of money, man. I'm trying to think. I would love to get Harvey into it, but no, I won't. It's a waste of money. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I think it's a nice thing for them to do. It's a nice thing for us to do.
Yeah. Do you know what I always wondered about stickers? If that's something like, it's the joy. Like you don't want a waste of load of stickers, but it's the joy of collecting it and sticking it, right? Because if someone came up to you and say, "Hey, mate, you can have this book. It's finished, £20," but I don't want it. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like it's a completed book. It's new, right? But it's completed. It's just not the same, innit? You need to open.
Depends. Like, if you had previous books. That you've completed and you're just missing that one.
Yes. Yeah. I would just say it's almost the joy of wasting money. That's the whole point of it, isn't it? Like,
but it's very educational because your bloody memory was good, right?
Yeah, that's how you remember all these players. Surely. You pull out some players out of the bag and we're like, who?
Yeah, but not that. It's like you need. How do you know which one you need and which one you got? Right? It's memory. Yeah. Good memory. Oh, good old days. I do like that.
Yeah.
But funny enough, I know. I don't want to confuse people because people don't realise WWE used to be called WWF.
I know we all do. Our gen do for sure. Like it's the WWF, your animal one, is the why they had to change it. Do you know what I mean? Because they were running and
the wrestling one lost. Yeah. All right.
Well, one was charitable and one was more for profit,
Yeah.
for money, their own pockets.
Anyway,
don't
we'll
know.
so
Oh,
go
I
back to
forgot
the
the question. What's the question?
yeah. I was gonna say going back to the question.
Well, the
will
question
yourself-
was like, was there any
Yeah,
hobbies that your
oh,
parents
yeah,
thought?
yeah.
Thingy?
But so,
But I
not
thought
really.
because you lot were so boring, your parents didn't care about what you did.
No,
then
no.
it's
We
fine,
had to
isn't
dive
it?
deeper into what our hobbies were as opposed to getting
Yeah,
ended.
and I think we got more of a conversation out of
Exactly.
that.
No,
Than,
no,
Well, look, my mum
thingy.
never stopped me collecting stickers, so all okay.
Yeah, that,
But is there any? Is there with like? Let's flip that question. Is there any hobbies that if you see your kids doing, and then you're going to be thinking like, oh no, we're not doing that today.
Yeah, if they're hanging around the wrong crowd, remember, hanging around Timmy, doing the wrong things.
That's not a hobby. That's just who they're hanging around
Yeah, I
with.
know, but they might be doing silly hobbies. So no, Harvey, we can't be hanging around Timmy. Sebastian's doing something else. Let's go over there. Okay. Nah, like it's harder now. Like
What
nowadays,
about like video games? Let's. I know what Leanne would say, but let's just say video games. What's your feeling around that?
I've been
been trying
playing
to
with
introduce him. Yeah, I've been trying to introduce video games to him a lot, and I get what Leanne says. Like he's too young. There's no point. They're on it for hours because when they do enjoy video games, they really enjoy it. They want to stick with it. So she wants to delay it as much as possible. Well, I'm like, man, as soon as he can hold a controller, the guy's old enough to play a computer game. So I play with him. So it's a balance, isn't it? I love it that he'll get into it, but I know what Leanne's saying. There's no point. Like, I don't need to because the thing is, I'm exposing him to something that he's actually not asked for yet. Does that make sense? He's not like, so I'm taking it upon myself. Like, here, mate, here's a fun thing. You go and play it. But Leanne's like, he doesn't know it doesn't exist. So why are you getting him into this thing? So yeah,
they're still young, right? Yeah, I think Leanne's right. It's the same with Melvin. He can't really hold the joypad that well at the moment, so there's no point really him getting on it. The one thing that I'm really kind of pushing for him, which he finds fun, is typing games because they need to get used to the keyboard, right?
Yeah.
So they're doing like lots of typing games with him, getting him familiar with the sort of muscle memory around that.
Yeah.
I think I was quite late learning how to use like the QWERTY keyboard, so I can type without looking now, but it's taken a lot of time to do that. But I'd want him to be able to type quickly because in this new sort of modern technology world, you're going to be using a laptop to take notes at, I don't know, at school or uni or whatever. And I would love him to kind of be doing that well and quickly. So that's quite a fun game because you get. I'll send you the link. Ed Club. It's called Ed Club. It just gives lots of cool kid feeling typing games.
Yeah.
So you go around.
There's an adult typing game. House of the Dead, the shooting one. House of the Dead, the gun.
Yeah.
There's a typing of the dead. There's a typing of the
typing
dead.
of the dead. Yeah.
It's official.
Yeah.
The zombie comes at you. You have to type.
Oh no! Necessary. Oh shit! I can't spell necessary.
My sister used to always play it, and then I tried, but I was rubbish at it, so I always died. But she was good at it. But anyway.
How do you rate your typing now?
No, I'm not a good typer. I still have to look on the board. I'm proper basics, nothing at all.
What about you, Dave?
I'm shit. I'm shit with the keyboard, but the number pad.
Yeah, you're with
Yeah, I'm fucking good with that. I'm fucking good with that.
Brings out your abacus.
Seriously. Yeah, but that's probably because I use that more. But the number pad on the right.
No, but takeaway days of the calculator, I was a bit handy at that as well. You add and you enter, satisfying, man. Especially the one that's got the receipt roll as well, and press it like that, and you're like,
I used one of them ages ago.
Yeah, nailed it. Yeah. Okay.
Good.
Cool. And then there was another one is a relationship one. What's the biggest relationship double standard your parents had?
What?
What's the biggest relationship double standards your parents had?
I thought you were going to say like double standard we have as our relationship, but what do you mean
Could
by?
Be, well, we can spin it that way.
I sort of know what you mean, but I'm just trying to think of examples.
You start us off, Will. You give us an example.
Having children young. That was the biggest double standard, because like, well, you guys had kids like when you were 20 odd.
Yeah.
But I guess for them it was more about like we've had this discussion before. It was a different era, right? You know, have kids, and I don't know if it was for the kids to look after them or whatever. I don't know, but I guess for them now, for telling us to maybe live our lives a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know one. Yeah, don't go to bed late.
Yeah. But but then everything you lot just said though is that they're looking out for us, for our health kind of thing. So the sleeping one is obviously they sleep to a stupid o'clock, right? And I'll be the same actually. I'll probably bring it to Harvey. Harvey, you should go sleep now. It's late. But I was still up to like 2 a.m. But then the whole point is that you almost raising your kid to not be like you. You mean because you actually know the bad stuff, and I don't want Harvey to pick up those bad stuff. Do you know what I mean? Whereas I'm too far gone, you know what I mean? I can't change these things, right? So it's just you're almost angling off them to like, let's try, do the right stuff. You know what I mean? Sleep early, wake up early, have a nice life. Whereas us guys, I'm sleeping late, I'm waking up all groggy, tired, or why did I sleep early? And that's just out of habit, you know what I mean? So you set these things nice and early. So no, okay, yeah, that's a good double standard there, I guess. Can't think of any that my parents really had much.
I can only think of examples like Vo said, that's about looking after us and health. So don't eat too much fried food. But I know my parents had loads. So, what else?
I'll bring the boring questions. It seems.
Do you have any more? Very quickly, we'll go back to the computer game one, because then we could do this as a question.
Yeah.
It came out on our chat. What's the difference? Like, it was about when guys play computer games for hours on end, and it's frowned upon. It's seen as a bad habit, right? But if girls then watch Netflix series for 4 hours, 5 hours, it's perfectly fine.
Yes.
Do they go hand in hand, or can you see that they are slightly different?
Well, I'm a guy.
I think some of it is how we behave when we play computer games.
Negatively?
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
No,
like you mean?
Well, no.
Yeah.
When you're with your friends, when you're playing games with your friends, it's different than just playing games by yourself and you just going off crazy at someone for shooting you or whatever. I don't know.
That's the only thing I can think of. To be honest, I feel it's both similar.
You think they're very similar? Okay.
The only thing I can think of is there's a negative connotation.
But so you think they are similar activities, but gaming is wrongly got a bad connotation? Is that what you think, Dave? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think.
I agree with both points. But I think they're right though. I don't think you watch a Netflix series for 4 or 5 hours. I don't think there's much negative to that. Like you're just losing yourself. You have a long hard day. You're enjoying a show. You're watching something you enjoy. Playing games, fair enough. Will's looking at me thinking, yeah, but playing games, I enjoy that too, kind of thing. It's something I enjoy. Lose yourself. Oh, how hard they work. But I do think when you playing games, it is more of a selfish act, if anything, because with the series, we're watching something. It's a family thing. Everyone can sit down and watch the TV, watch that series, and buy into what that show is telling us. As a computer game, you're loading it up. You're just by yourself, and you're gonna say, "Oh, but your missus can watch it with you or something." Let's say you're playing Final Fantasy VII. It's quite story based, yeah, but it's still just very a solo thing. Does that make sense? I think that's where a bit of the connotation comes from. And then because watching Netflix and TV is more universal, it's normal. Whereas gaming is quite niche, and then there's a phrase where you're just literally like losing yourself. You're not advancing your life playing this computer game. Does that make sense? Like,
so what are you gaining from a TV series?
I knew you throw that at me, but sometimes TV shows, like, okay, I'll give you another example, right? Sometimes we can watch a show like Adolescence or whatever, and a good movie, and we'll be like, oh, and then go work, and we'll be like, have you seen that series? And you have a good talking point. Oh, Adolescence was good, liked it, you discuss it. You would never play a game, go into the office and said, oh, guys, you know what? I played a sick game the other day, Final Fantasy 8 or whatnot. You know, Riona, and I had to save her. She was dying. I was running across the bridge, and I had tears. Is that fair? Is that a fair point or not?
Girls play games too. It's how you engage with them around it. Like you can buy another PS5, and they can sit with you to play same game, easy.
You say easy, but that doesn't happen. I know you. I know
If they're interested,
happen.
I've had people that would like to watch me play, as well, and follow the storyline with me.
Yes.
If let's say I'm playing God of War, for example, very cinematic, got lots of monsters, scary bits in there, and the girl was like, "Oh yeah," that just sat with me and talked about it. It was like oohing, ahhing. I was like, "Oh wow, you beat him! Oh yeah, clap hands." Like it depends. I guess it depends on the girl. If you're talking generalistically, yeah, of course, like watching a movie or a series is gonna go. It's gonna be more people being able to move in that direction with you, whereas with a game, but then you can still do that with a game, but you have to be open-minded about it. If you have that negative connotation coming into, oh, this guy's just playing a game, like you say, then obviously it's going to be like that. But if you're open-minded and think differently, because gaming is different from a TV series, right?
So going back to the old original thing, Will, can you not see why gaming has they're allowed to see it negatively, or are you saying like they see it negatively?
No, they see it negatively because of their experience of it.
No, but I know. But can you put yourself in their shoes and agree with them why they would think that? Because I know you're saying, oh, it's from
I can see why. Yeah. For sure. Yeah, I can see why they would think that way. But I think it's very closed-minded and selfish of them for thinking that way.
Yeah, I haven't got an answer to that, but I'm on their side a bit because I can see why gaming.
I can understand it from a general perspective. Yeah, of course. But if you're going to say, "Oh, we're selfish for losing ourselves in this single direction of just playing games, this selfish way of playing games," it's quite selfish of them for thinking that way as well.
I think that they can't see any merit in gaming.
Like I said, there's lots of merits in gaming. I know,
they can't see.
They have the phrase.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's selfish of them for categorizing it in that way, and not maybe if they haven't experienced it themselves, or if they haven't experienced it with you with that journey, then what's to say for them? What gives them the right to say that it is that better or not if they haven't experienced it or haven't at least tried to experience it with you?
The pub, yeah, and I think more singular games are probably against that. Where when we play like AOE, we had Carmen, Cheryl.
Yeah, loads of girls playing at that time,
and we never thought Carmen and Cheryl would ever play, but they did.
And they weren't bad either.
They're good. I know they're good at it.
And it's not like they started at the same time as us in many ways, where we just started out the game and learning how to do certain things in the game, and actually they were quite they were better than some of the guys playing.
They were better than me.
And the thing is, they tried. That's the thing. They tried it. They had a go at it.
But then. Let's say, okay, that's fine, but can you see them play like COD or anything like that?
Probably not their type of game.
And I feel that when people talk about that, that's the sort of games they're talking about.
As in badly kind of thing. You mean? Like why you? Yeah, because.
I think that's one person.
Yeah, but then you have girls be like talking to me, like they'll be saying like, "Oh, you're a bad communicator." But have you seen me communicate on COD?
This is the mean that the woman is like, I can't believe why can't men follow simple instructions or not remember this, not remember that, whereas they remember exactly who's on their 6 o'clock and where this is and then the best kind of communication with their team then it's
how our team communicates with us. They can't communicate with us the same way.
Funny.
If they say dishes on your 6, I'll be there. I'll be there.
Dishes on your 6 at 6, isn't it? Done by 6, yeah. That's what they want.
Bins at 10. Bins at 2200. Yeah. Done. Easy.
Hey, jokers. All right.
Let's finish it there. We're past the hour mark anyway.
Good place to finish it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. do what you need to do. We had a comment last week.
Did we have a question though?
I don't think we had a question.
Yeah, I saw the comment.
But the commenter wanted to come on to the podcast.
Yeah. When let us know when you want us, Will.
Yeah, when you're ready. Yeah, when you're ready. When you're ready.
We can ask you about gaming. We can ask you about gaming views.
Maybe.
She was the one cheering you on and clapping, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Who knows? One of many, right?
Nice.
But cool. Like, comment, subscribe. You know what to do.
All right. Night.